Well, in 2024, we have observed a few exciting trends in the innovation and venture markets. To set the stage, we're going to welcome our first speaker, Mr. Anson Bailey, Head of Consumer and Retail Asia Pacific KPMG, who will take us through the latest trends and outlook in the market. Please welcome Anson.
Thank you, Patricia. Joe-san, good morning, everybody. Great to be here. Great to be at Cyberport amongst friends. You probably notice I'm walking with a limp. I've got a bit of a stick. Just for the record, I play rugby. This is not a rugby injury. My wife did not kick me. She shouts at me a lot. But I actually got a very nasty sepsis infection. So guys, always listen to your wives. Wear slippers in hotel rooms. My wife said, I told you so. But great to be here. And it seems very quick that we're here already at the Cyber Venture, or the Cyberport Venture Capital Forum. I get that right. But it really is a pleasure to be here. This week is the Start Me Up Hong Kong Festival. There's lots of people in town. I'm delighted because we've also got a number of tech delegations in from around the world. We've got a UK delegation, and I just saw a number of them here today. So the key message for everybody is network, 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 and Hong Kong is Asia's world city. So you need to be here. So make sure that you come and talk to all of us and all of our friends at Cyberport. What I want to do very quickly, I just want to run you through what are some of the trends, what are we seeing, because literally last week, KPMG just issued our updated Venture Pulse report for Q3 2024. So we've got lots of up-to-date information. So I'm going to take you on a very quick journey from global to Asia, China, and of course here in Hong Kong, SAR. So what are some of the key, if you like, macroeconomic trends that we're seeing and the challenges? Inflation was a big issue. Well, the good news is that is declining right now. Robust consumer spending, but of course, it is a little bit patchy around the world. We do face some headwinds across China as well, but China is still a very big market. So yes, we live in a world of complexity, and we live in a world where we do see increased market volatility. But there's also some positive but slow growth signs globally as well. But it's also fair to say that the venture capital landscape has shown some recalibration. You can see there, global venture financing. This gives you some of the headline numbers. Global VC investment has dropped from 95.5 billion in Q2 2024. It's dropped down to 70 billion in Q3 2024. AI, no surprise, continues to see quite a lot of surge. We do see a lot of those startups, and there's a lot of interest. A lot of my corporate clients, the first thing they want to talk to me now is, Anson, tell us about AI. 6 of the 10 largest deals during the quarter were AI focused. And then equally, you can see the market sees VC investors globally remaining in this holding pattern. Now, again, I'm just going to go through this really, really quick, and very happy to share the report and the slides with everybody. But you can see there, software, AI, and AI-driven platform solutions rake in massive sums, right? Accounting for 5 out of the top 10 big deals of Q3 2024. Equally, there are things like defense tech. We've seen some deals in that space, but also healthcare and biotech. We do see them and energy transition solutions also being areas that we do see more and more activity in. And then you can see exits are kind of moving along but quite at a subdued level. And equally, you can see that M&A remains the dominant exit route for a lot of different players. So, we do see a lot of corporates, and in fact, a lot of corporates are talking to us about how can they look at some of these new economy businesses. Equally, you can see fundraising shows sign of recovery. And again, you can see there that, if you see the fundraising value, it's still on track to exceed 2023 levels. And I think we could see an increase in 2025 if those exits pick up. Equally, you can see there that people are still getting used to this market volatility. They're still acclimatizing to the environment. And I'm just going to go through this very quickly because we've got lots of things to talk about. You can see there all stages on a decline, with the late stage VC decreasing 19% quarter on quarter. Investment does drop in China. Now, that's not a surprise for a lot of us because those investment levels have been very significant over the last few years. And again, perhaps there's no surprise that India is now showing some significant signs, and it's relatively robust. But also some of those other North Asian markets like Japan, they're also remaining very resilient. And there you can see in Q3 2024, the region raised 15.6 billion across 2,249 deals. The top deal actually going to a fintech company over in the Philippines. Again, China, you can see Q3 2023 raised a total of 6.1 billion across 942 deals. And then equally, as I said, AI remains a key area of investment, but equally, those investors are showing interest in health tech, healthcare, and the biotech space as well. And again, you can see the IPO activity, and obviously that's where the likes of KPMG we're very interested in monitoring. We do see that, you can see that slowdown is happening in mainland China. We do see that regulatory landscape as well, and we pay attention to that. But actually, if you look at Hong Kong, if you look at the IPO activities across Hong Kong, you can see that activity is picking up. The largest IPO in 3 years actually happened in this quarter. So we do see green shoots of recovery. We do see a pretty strong pipeline around Hong Kong IPO applicants in the tech space, but also in the consumer space, and across a number of different sectors. So you can see there, Hong Kong poised to drive a sustained increase in IPO activity, I think given pretty favorable conditions. So we're watching this space. We're, of course, keeping our fingers crossed, but I think we are cautiously optimistic. And you can see there, just in terms of the sector breakdowns, here in Hong Kong, what are we seeing? We're seeing consumer markets, and of course, we're looking at those AI platforms. That's a big portion there. Equally, the TMT space, and then that healthcare, life sciences space as well. So again, few things that are happening. Equally on mainland China, you can see that industrials and real estate and infrastructure are the key drivers this quarter in that IPO market. And then venture financing in Hong Kong, you can see that in Q3 2024, Hong Kong has actually seen a lowered venture investment. The top investment this year goes to Hashkey. All stages of fundraising have been on a decline, but we also now see government, and the government does play a role in terms of they're now firing up more co-investment funds. I was just talking to Alice. Alice is down here from the Cyberport team, and Alice was also talking about those investment funds as well. And to everybody that's visiting Hong Kong this week. What I would say is we do have a lot of significant funding. Government now are starting to support and help all of us in this space. I would be remiss not to also talk, of course, about the Hong Kong links with the Greater Bay Area, especially around innovation and technology. A lot of my clients now are asking us, well, what can they do? How can they tap into that Greater Bay Area as well? I think Hong Kong is very well placed to be this international and technology hub for the region and of course across China. And I think the key message, and we work with a lot of those startups, and I've been talking to a lot of startups for many years. I think the Hong Kong startup system is actually well known for its innovation, its agility, and its diversity as well, right? A good mix of those startups from around the world. And then equally, Hong Kong can offer that total solutions package to support I&T startups. So again, to those overseas delegates that are visiting and here for the Start Me Up Festival, please come and talk to us. Please talk to Mr. Eric Chan. Talk to all of us because we have a strong ecosystem, but we also have a very strong support network as well. So you can see that this is something that we are going to see more developments in the weeks and months ahead. Just very quickly, we are going to see a lot more of these AI-driven IoT devices. They are going to be everywhere. I had just on my phone here, quick point. Okay. I am connected to this little IoT device, right? So it literally, when it's working, technology, there we are, technology. You can see there, that's my blood glucose level. That feeds directly into my doctor's surgery, luckily not to my wife. I did have breakfast this morning, so I'm 8.3, but that's okay, not too bad. But the point is, we are going to be connected, the data that's coming from that. And equally, as you can see there, by 2025, we're looking at somewhere in the region of around 31 billion IoT connected devices. A large number of them, of course, are coming from the Greater Bay Area. And then I just wanted to make a point here, because I look at consumer trends, I look at everything around consumer and tech. The Gen Z consumers, those future consumers for all of us, this is where it gets really interesting, because there are 300 million Gen Z consumers across China. There are a further 270 million Gen Z consumers across South Asia and ASEAN. That gives us a universe of nearly 600 million Gen Z consumers. So they are the future. If you've got teenage sons and daughters like me, right, they live with this, right? 24/7. They, of course, are very big TikTok shoppers. And you can see there the surge in TikTok, 2 billion users by the end of this year. And their focus is quite incredible. So those Gen Z consumers are going to help to reshape the market landscape. They're tech savvy, they're very values driven, and they're also, it's also about authenticity, transparency, social responsibility. They're watching all of you. So I'm very optimistic about the future. I know we've had a tough couple of years, but equally, I do think that the technology, the platforms, all of these Gen Z consumers, this is really about a new generation. And equally here in Hong Kong, we're changing. Yes, we're an international finance hub, but we're also now a growing consumer, tech, and innovation hub as well, because we've tapped in to our friends here at Cyberport. We've tapped into the likes of the Hong Kong Science and Technology Park. So we are going to see a lot of things around the 5G, IoT, smart city space, but we're also going to see things like product development along with material innovation, all of those good things. And as I said, driving that Hong Kong startup ecosystem, we've got the government, we've got academia and corporates, and we've got the investor group. So today, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get connected, because in this room today, you've got all of the above. You've got government, you've got academia. Dr. Greg, academia, right here. We've got a lot of the corporates, and we've got the investors here in this room. So just, my time's up, ladies and gentlemen, but perhaps just 5 key messages that I wanted to share with you before I go. Number 1, global VC investment will remain relatively soft, but there is growing optimism for a rebound in 2025. Equally, adoption of technologies, Gen AI, into the workforce. That's going to help us to achieve far greater efficiencies and productivity. Investment in areas such as AI, in areas such as healthcare, health tech, biotech, clean energy transition, they're going to remain attractive. The Hong Kong IPO market, I think, creates favorable conditions to choose listings as a future exit route. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to KPMG. But also, Hong Kong remains as an IFC. That's not going to go away. Despite all of the geopolitics, despite all those headlines, we're here to stay, right? Hong Kong is open for business, right? And we've got this tech and innovation hub supported by the government to support that Hong Kong startup ecosystem. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to welcome everybody to the Cyberport Venture Capital Forum today. That's the new report, the KPMG Venture Pulse for Q3 2024. Also, these are all brand new reports. Those reports there, the KPMG CEO Outlook, the Global Tech Report, China, mainland, and Hong Kong IPO markets. Everything's there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for your time today. Have a great day. Network. Go and meet lots and lots of people. Let's do business together, and let's make 2025 a great year for the startup ecosystem here in Hong Kong and the rest of the region. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you.